We have a brand new segment to unveil here on ESPN West Palm tonight. It is Pass the Sniff Test with our man, Dr. Neil Goldhaber, balloon sinuplasty. He will make you breathe better today, as balloon sinuplasty has certainly done that to me. And, well, how do you breathe better? You breathe better by being able to smell better, and that's where we get to our sniff test. So Dr. Neil Goldhaber, who is a huge sports fan, we are going to debate 3 hot topics in the world of sports. I'm going to give you a scenario, a statement, or question, and you will tell me if it will pass the sniff test. Dr. Goldhaber, appreciate you joining us. You ready to go here?
I'm ready to go, Jeremy. Let's do it.
All right, so let's start off with the big topic of the day, and that is the latest report involving Pete Rose outside the lines, finding documents yesterday that suggest that Pete Rose bet on baseball not just as a manager, which we've known for years, but as a player. Dr. Goldhaber, I still think Pete Rose should be in the Baseball Hall of Fame. Does that pass the sniff test for you?
Well, that statement to me certainly passes the sniff test. I would tend to agree with that. I think history shows there's a lot of guys in the Hall of Fame who weren't the greatest guys in the world, guys who had all sorts of social issues and have done a lot of bad things. So I'm with you on that, JMP. I believe that this is not a vote for the greatest guys in baseball history. We all know what Pete Rose is about, and I believe that he's done his time, and as far as his contributions as a player on the field, I agree he should be in the Hall of Fame. I
will say, though, Dr. Goldhaber, I think you and I are in the minority here, at least in terms of those that opinions count in terms of getting in the Hall of Fame. I don't think it ever happens now.
I think you're probably right. I think that he may have been on the verge of some good things happening, but certainly for Pete, this is not good news, and it's certainly bad timing.
Pass the sniff test with our man, Dr. Neil Goldhaber. Goldhaber Sinus, breathe better today. All right, you're a big Yankees fan. Alex Rodriguez, 3,000 hits. Does it pass the sniff test, the statement that A-Rod's 3,000th hit is meaningless?
Boy, oh boy, that's a tough one. I would say it does pass the sniff test. Again, sort of in a similar way. Nobody here is accusing A-Rod of being a good guy. Certainly, we've seen with all the things that have come to light over the past several years, the cheating, the being dishonest about it. Personally, I wish they had gotten rid of him. As a Yankee fan, I'm certainly happy with the things he's done on the field, but it's hard for me to go back and forgive and forget all those things. So to me personally, it does not. Well, it passes the sniff test that it does not mean much as far as baseball overall.
See, I'm going to kind of disagree with you here, Dr. Goldhaber, because I think. Listen, I understand. I'm not an A-Rod fan, and I don't care about the steroids. I just don't think he's a good guy. So obviously, we get behind the people that we like in sports, and we tend to dismiss the ones that we don't like. I still think even if A-Rod never took PEDs, though, he may not have 3,000 hits like on June 23rd as we're talking right now. But I think he would have 3,000 hits sometime in his career because I think he's just one of the greatest players in the history of baseball, and I think he does that with or without the juice.
Yeah, you're probably right. I mean, you can make that same argument for the Clemenses and the Ponzes as well. But just something about A-Rod rubs me the wrong way. So I would say at this point, my feeling might change over time, but him being celebrated, for me, does definitely not at this point pass the sniff test.
All right, one more here. Pass the sniff test with Dr. Neil Goldhaber. Goldhaber Sinus, breathe better today. JMP with you here on ESPN West Palm tonight. A simple one here. You are a avid golfer. The U.S. Open golf course, which everyone seemed to have an opinion on. You heard a lot of people whine and complain about it, seemingly all of those that didn't fare very well at the U.S. Open. So does the U.S. Open course at Chambers Bay pass the sniff test?
I would strongly say it does not pass the sniff test in my estimation. I thought it was a tricked-up course. I'm in the camp of people that believe that the U.S. Open courses have a certain look and a certain feel and a certain playability. It could be very hard, but still, I thought the guys were mentioning things like pinball machine, and it just seemed very tricked up to me. Didn't love the coverage either, but that has nothing to do with the course itself. But I was not real happy with what I see. Beautiful place, beautiful looking course, but from the standpoint of classic U.S. Open play, in my estimation, this course definitely did not pass the sniff test.
You know what it reminded me of? Have you ever seen the movie Happy Gilmore?
Yes.
It was like the 18th green that Happy Gilmore had to putt through all of the the entire course falling apart and had to go through the obstacle course to hit the game-winning shot.
Yes, I thought it was a joke. I thought the greens were a joke, and I'm sort of supportive of what Billy Horschel said. I think he was saying a lot of what a lot of other players wanted to say, but he sort of made himself the spokesperson. I think they were very unhappy, and I'm not anxious to see the tournament come back to that course anytime soon.
You know, there is something that I wanted to ask you before we get to balloon sinuplasty, because you deal with it a lot, and we saw it kind of front and center for a couple days at the U.S. Open while Jason Day was in contention. He was battling vertigo. What is vertigo, and explain what Jason Day was feeling and how he could overcome that?
Well, you know, when they mention vertigo, I talk to a lot of patients with these similar complaints and similar diagnoses. And vertigo, the term vertigo means spinning, the movement, the sensation of spinning or movement. So vertigo is more of a symptom. The diagnosis is something called benign positional vertigo, and that typically happens when a person moves their head in a certain direction. A lot of times it's if you're in bed and you turn over either to the right or to the left, and essentially you have the sensation of movement and spinning that can last several seconds to several minutes. And really the treatment of something like this, it is very common, and the treatment is not a medicinal treatment, meaning taking a pill for this will not make it go away. I think you saw after one of the rounds or both of the rounds where they said Jason had some treatment where he was wearing a neck brace. The treatment of these things is more of a physical therapy type of treatment. There are exercises and maneuvers and movements that we do for people once we make the diagnoses. And pretty typically after doing these exercises and therapeutic maneuvers, the vertigo will go away in a matter of days. But it is something that can come and go, wax and wane, and something that can just continually be treated with these therapeutic exercises. So yes, we do see it quite a bit, and it can be a scary, debilitating thing when it happens.
Dr. Neil Goldhaber, Goldhaber Sinus, breathe better today. How can you breathe better today with a balloon sinuplasty, Dr. Goldhaber?
We've been talking about balloon sinuplasty for quite a while now, and people continue to come in and do really well with it. It's maybe a 1 hour total in the office procedure. You come in, you get numbed up, we use the balloon device to open up the nasal passages and sinuses, and it treats a whole variety of ailments, including nasal congestion, headache, and fatigue, and post-nasal drip. And patients have been very happy with it, and we're continuing to do the procedure, and we just want to make people breathe better today.
And how can we get in touch with you in terms of consultation, wanting to go forward with that?
Well, you can certainly reach me at goldhabersinus.com to learn more about the procedure and learn more about me and more about what we do. You can also reach us at 734